What's up, everybody? It's Pbat, and I'm here with...
I'm Joel.
Joel, and
my cup of coffee.
You can't forget the cup of coffee. It's mandatory. We're here with Retrograde, a new series on Machinima Realm in which we kind of revisit your favorite retro games of the past. And today we have Crash Bandicoot. You know, it's a game, it's a platformer that was on the PlayStation 1. And it's got a lot of games predecessing it now, but the game is basically about this evil villain named Neo Cortex. And he kind of creates this evolve array, and he wants to evolve these animals into, like, you know, minions.
Army of fucking, like, evolved creep animals.
Yeah.
Like a furry army of furries.
Army of furries. Yeah, I like that. This guy's a genius. I should take some tips. And he comes to Crash, or this Bandicoot, and evolves him. And he kind of finds him unworthy, so he kind of gets rid of him. And he kind of washes on shore, and he's kind of got, you know, remnants in his brain, and he's like, I want to kind of go against this guy.
Yeah, he's discombobulated, but he knows he has an enemy.
Exactly, he knows he has an enemy. So Crash kind of sets off on this journey to, you know, defeat Neo Cortex.
You know, it's a platformer. It's very inspired by games like Sonic.
Yeah,
for Genesis.
This was kind of their kind of competition to Nintendo's Mario and Sega's Sonic. They wanted to kind of have a mascot and kind of compete with that.
It also, but the gameplay itself feels a lot like Donkey Kong Country or something, which it
does.
came out around the same time, I believe. Right?
Yeah, and
Donkey Kong Country came out first, and then
yeah, it does definitely have that kind of difficult feel. We actually did capture some gameplay, and I know you were having a little bit of trouble.
I actually didn't play a lot of Crash Bandicoot when I was a kid. I was deprived. My family hates me, so I wasn't able to have a console when I was a kid. Yeah. So I would have to go over to my friend's house to play PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I'd only played Crash, I think, 4 or 5 times.
Exactly.
It's been a long time since I played.
I mean, another thing could be that now we're used to analog sticks, and we have to go back to the D-pad.
Every time I picked up the controller, I wanted to use the analog stick.
And so, like, standing there.
He was giving me the controller midway through, like, a boss fight, and I was just standing there like an idiot because I was trying to use it anyway.
What is going on? Yeah, but you know, it is a fun game. Like, what are your thoughts on the game overall?
It's still super fun. Like, I feel like there are a lot of retro games where you have these memories in your head of them being like great and fun, and you're really fond of them, and you go back and play them, and the game mechanics that we've developed since then have evolved so much since these games came out that they're really not fun to play. This is still, like, I mean, a platformer is a platformer, and this is a fun platformer to play. Exactly. There's a lot of, like, I mean, there's 3D elements, there are these sort of 2D side-scrolling platformer. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, it's got all those different elements. You know, it's not necessarily just, you know, old school Mario where it was like, you know, you walk to the right of the screen and, you know,
and you couldn't go to the left.
Exactly. You know, this game has, you know, certain 2D levels, certain 3D levels where you're going forward in space, backward in space.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of cool aspects that weren't really present in other games in that kind of time frame.
Right, and again, I remember from the times I played it, and also watching the commercials when it came out, like, the graphics seemed like mind-blowingly awesome when it came out too. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of games like this that kind of set that bar at the time, and you know, without these games, we wouldn't be where we are now, because, you know, we've really come a long way. Even playing it now, it's still a very fun game.
So you and I were playing, we downloaded it on the PlayStation Network, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you can definitely get it on the PlayStation Network. That's one place to get it.
Yeah.
Or illegally online, probably somewhere as well.
This guy. But there is also Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation Network if you want to check them out. There is a ton of games in the Crash Bandicoot series. Well over 10, I think.
There was kind of a recent one too, wasn't there?
Oh yeah. They've gone through a few developers. I can't remember.
You were saying earlier that Naughty Dog is one of the Uncharted guys. Right?
Yeah, that's who made the first 3, I believe. The first 3 Crash Bandicoots.
So that's an excellent pedigree as well.
It is. So they have gone through a few developers, and Naughty Dog was, you know, one of the first developers. But I mean, this game just has a lot of history behind it. It has come a very far way, and anybody who's kind of born in that time frame and played games in that time frame probably does know who Crash Bandicoot is. Same with people like Spyro the Dragon.
I was gonna say Spyro.
This was a very fun game overall.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like the graphics are they're awesome for the time, but they're also like they're fun, they're bright, they're colorful, and
exactly.
He's a goofy, fun character, and Ian kind of stinks at this. I passed this level pretty easily.
Oh yeah, you just blazed.
I'm a trailblazer.
Blazed through it, no problems whatsoever.
So, if you guys like retro games, do you like this as a new series? Is it something we should be doing on a regular basis?
Do you enjoy Retrograde? And if you do, you know, let me know what kind of games you want us to kind of go back and touch on. Because we really enjoy doing this. We really enjoy, you know, the nostalgia factor of going back to games.
Yeah, and don't just give us like the obvious Mario or Donkey Kong or Space Invaders. Give us like Crash Bandicoot might not be the first game you think of.
Something new.
Yeah.
I never personally played Final Fantasy. I never played Final Fantasy.
I'm not a fan of it. No, Brett Hundar has played a lot of Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Joel has not. But like Final Fantasy, like some of those early games would be awesome.
Yeah, there was a game I played in my childhood. It was called Toomba. It was a little pink-haired guy. So games like that, kind of unrecognized games that are still very good, and you want us kind of.
Bayou Billy was a game that I. Oh, did you ever play Joe and Mac, the Caveman game on SNES? That's a game I loved.
So yeah, guys, give us undiscovered gems, if you will. And I guess until next time, do you want to sign us out?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm Joel.
I'm Pbat.
And together, we just gave you
Retrograde.